Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. With my wife and kids, we run an antique shop in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, filled with some of the most unique items we can find. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc.
From home, honey.
Hey guys, and welcome to today's episode. I have a carload of stuff. Got to go and take it to the store, get a price, and put it out. So we're going to show you a little bit of what's in the trunk, some estate finds, some purchases that we made in the last couple of days, some weird stuff, some cool stuff. And also we'll do a little update on the store. Show you guys how that's all coming along. The building has been slow but steady. Had a couple little hiccups along the way. Some things got slowed down, but we're more or less on track, and we're trying to aim for an October opening, and I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. You know, it's always under the wire with this stuff. I still have to do the whole inside. But we're going to head over there and check it out, show you guys the inside of the building, and do a little antiquing today. So follow along in today's adventure, and I guess we'll see what happens next. Before I unload the vehicle, though, let's have a look at how the store is coming along. Since you saw it last, well, they've been busy painting. Just check it out. The trim is all painted white. We've got the proper color gray, and it's looking very, very cute. We have this fence here so that the guys can work and not worry about some kids coming and playing in there or anything, which they will inevitably do. There's still a big glass overhead door that has to go in place. That'll be in about a week or so. And it just really ties in with the architecture, I think, anyway. I mean, we kind of designed it to look like it was of the same period of this building, but I wanted it a different color so it looked like its own space. Very soon also, the 3 lights will go up top. The other thing that I have planned for the exterior is some sign painting up top. In that general, I'm looking at the camera trying to figure it out right around there. Right in that area, up in the top, we have to do some sign painting. And now my friend Dave, sign painter Dave, who did the mural on the side of the building and did the sign painting on the front of the other store here, is going to put something together for me. I gave him some sample pictures of a turn of the last century building that I thought kind of fit the bill and had that old-timey look while still letting people know what we sell indoors. I'm not naming it a different name. A lot of you are saying, what are you going to name the cafe? Well, it's not a different building. It's still Curiosity Inc., so I can't put a different name on it because it's all one building. But I can advertise some of the things that we sell inside the building, and I'm hoping to get this sort of vibe. I'm going to insert a picture in here, right about here. From this picture that I got online, I think it's going to look pretty cool. But we'll see if we can replicate some of the font and some of the imagery from that. Anyway, let's go inside. We're just about ready to get the gas lines and everything put in. They get trenched down and below and attached to the new, or the old structure. And big, massive steel doors on the back. I'll have to figure out what to do here. I think we might get my son Steven to do a mural of some kind on them. And the interior is looking really good too. Drywall is in. That light is not actually working power. That's yet to come. They have to tie the panel in. But, you know, things are getting boxed in. The vents and the plumbing are all ready to go. The bathroom's getting its drywall in. So, you know, I'm starting to see some really good progress here. I can't wait until the next stage after we get the drywall finished up, where we can paint and get the floors in, the tile, the lighting. Everything's going to start coming together so quickly. It's going to be exciting times over the next little bit here. Feels like me asking, what have I done now, is sort of a common theme around here. But, you know, you go to someone's place and they've got collectibles and you can't leave cool stuff behind. Don't ask me why. I picked up this 1970s Mickey Mouse ceiling light because, you know what, somebody's going to think that's cool. 70s or 80s this would have been. Somebody will put that in the kids' room, why not? It's still funky. It's in good shape. There's a Teddy Ruxpin, the original possessed bear. This was kind of neat. Had this when I was a kid, but you'd never ever find these things with the box. This is probably, 1973. This is an early one. The circus train set was one of the more fun and beloved of the Fisher-Price sets you could get, with all the little animals and it made a train whistle sound when you tooted the horn. Really, really fun piece. Look, it even says, an engine that toots, and they weren't lying. Yeah, this is an early piece. They made this throughout the 1980s, and you know what? It's just really nice to find with the box, so that should sell pretty well. Some jugs that I literally pulled this stuff out of the trash. The guy was throwing this stuff out, and I said, you know, there's value here, like this indigenous painted pot. It's not really Hopi style. It's more, you know, I don't know, maybe it is kind of Hopi Southwest style, but either way, didn't belong in the garbage. Neither did these old Crocs and, you know, horse bookends that are carved out of wood. This crate, people just throw things out. It's not like I get it for free. You pull it out of the trash and then they still want money for it. Valencia's Ranger Mandarin Oranges. I just thought that was a fun looking box, so I saved that. So a few little goodies back here. We'll get those inside the shop. Now, I'm always happy when I find an old train, especially when it's in its original box. This is kind of a cool set. It's a 1960s Lionel train. The only problem with it is, by the time the 1960s came around, well, they were getting a little bit more thrifty, and so the engine was no longer heavy die-cast metal, and the quality was really starting to come down a bit. They've since improved, and now they're back to metal engines, and they're heavy, and they're cool, and they have so many working features, but at this time, Lionel was struggling a little bit to keep up, so they scrimped on quality, and sales declined, and sadly, it's not as cool of a set. With the original box like this, it's still probably worth maybe around $80 to $100. But if it were the metal set and much more elaborate, you could be looking at several $100s. Cool little thing though. This is kind of a unique little item as well. It's called the Animatic Moving Picture Projector. And essentially what it is it's a little projector that has slides in it, but it rotates this disc and it makes it look like it's an animated, like a little cartoon that's going on. Unique idea, a novel idea, never really caught on to any great degree. It's from 1964, as you can see. It has this little box, which also doubles as a carrying case. When you open it up, you can see it's all there. And here's little animations that go on it. So you have little cartoons as they spin. It looks like things are going on and happening. It's totally complete, kind of a neat little set. Nice to find it with the original box like that too. The nice thing about this little train set is it's 1960s, it's Tyco, it's one of their first sort of sets that came out. You can see they're advertising in Look and Life magazine. HO sets were just starting to come into fashion, and this, well, kind of as I was talking about Lionel trains losing steam, no pun intended, Tyco and their more modern style HO trains, which took up less space, were kind of all the rage. And so this set, perfectly preserved. I don't think it's ever been used. The cord looks like it's still factory wrapped. Everything's in its original cello and boxes with a working headlight. It's just perfectly preserved and in great shape. So for a collector of HO, don't know that it's the most realistic set out there on the market, but it is certainly one of the more collectible. For Tyco, it's probably worth around $100 to $150 in a nice box like that. Why not? You may remember a little while ago, we got this massive bubble dome with a helicopter inside of it. It's called a J-copter. And we had my friend Jim, who works on my pinball games that you see over there. He knows CoinMax, and this one was a little sticky, so he got it working. Not only did he get it working, but we're going to give it a try. He repainted the little box here because it was all crusty and gross. So let's see if it does anything. Okay. It's an actual flying helicopter, guys. You've got your controls right here, and your helicopter flies. You can make it go faster by changing the pitch like a real helicopter would, or slow it down. And the goal is to try and, now I'm not doing a great job of this. You have to try and land it. Oh no. Well, I hit the one. Oh, I'd be making these poor boys pretty sick in there right now. Let's see if I can slow that down a little bit. Get that blade going. It's actually really fast. You can make this thing go super fast. Okay. Let's see. How am I doing? You have to try and land without hitting the trees. And I am not an ace pilot at this, but what a cool thing this is. It was designed here in my hometown of Edmonton. They had a massive one of these displayed. I think it was at the Chicago World's Fair. Oh, see, they hit the tree. So it's on a timer. You only have a certain amount of time. They only made a couple hundred of these, so they would end up in shopping malls or airports. Just a really fun, I wouldn't even call it a toy. It's like a exercise in training. So there we go. I ran out of time. But what a fun little thing. I'm going to have to spend some time practicing on this if I ever want to fly a real helicopter. But it does give you an idea of the sense of the controls. Probably one of the coolest coin-op mechanism games ever. I'm going to say that. I truly believe it. It is one of the coolest games ever. And just how fantastic that we have this on display in the store for kids to try out. So we're going to let it sit back here today, and maybe we'll make a little bit of money off of the quarters one at a time. Okay. Let me get this raised up. Move it forward. Tough day at the office when you're playing with a helicopter toy. It is super fun though. Looks like Sean's here for work, and I think I found something he's going to think is cool. Okay, Sean. So you're a musician.
Yeah.
Look what I found. It's a Casio electro sax.
Oh, that's crazy.
Isn't that the coolest thing ever?
I've never seen one of those before.
Digital saxophone. So think of the funky tunes you could be making with an electro sax.
Yeah, you know my brother is.
Did you have one?
I had one.
Oh, crazy.
You've never seen them, yeah.
Did you ever play it?
Oh, yeah. It's a hoot.
Now, it's a hoot. It's more like it's a toot.
Yeah.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, we'll have to open it up and see if it works.
Yeah.
It is absolutely still brand new in the package, so nobody has had to endure the sweet, sweet tunes of this saxophone, which is good because it means nobody else's lips have been on it.
This is so weird. Oh, it's so shiny even.
Yeah, it's. But what type of batteries does it take? I don't know if we have the right batteries for it.
I can't even see where they go.
Oh, well, it looks like it has a DC attachment. Maybe we can just plug it in.
Yeah.
Is there a charger cable in there? Or?
There's not.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. That's.
No, those are reeds or
That's
mouthpieces.
a strap. There's a.
You'll have to read this. Okay, we'll report back later and see if Sean can get that thing working. In the meantime, I'm going to go and empty out the rest of the car, which includes a whole pile of tins, tobacco tins. There's a Mattel cap gun rifle from the 60s, like a rifleman, well, not a rifleman, it's actually a toy Winchester for kids. And a whole bunch of Pez dispensers, and I'm hoping there's going to be some old ones in here. I've got some unpacking to do. So Sean goes through the instructions. I'm looking at this little toy Winchester. This is a 1959 Mattel. It's a shooting shell Winchester. So you'd actually put little projectiles in here and fire them off at your siblings. Clearly they don't make stuff like this for kids anymore. You can actually shoot them with small pellets and stuff. But I guess Nerf guns would be the way that they've gone now rather than a hard projectile shot out of a mini Winchester. Either way, vintage cap guns are fairly collectible, so something like this could be worth, $100 to $200, so it's a pretty good find. Actually, I didn't realize they were quite that good. Okay, it takes 6 AA batteries. I'm gonna run out and grab some just because that's too cool not to see in this video. I'm gonna offload these tins, get them priced, and then I'm gonna run out and grab some soda because we're running low.
Nice.
And I'll be right back.
I'm excited to try this thing.
I'm excited to see you try this thing.
The first time.
Is there a volume control? There's probably volume on there somewhere. We've successfully got some batteries from the store. Sean is fiddling with it, as only Sean can do, to try and figure out how to make it work. What'd you do? Kill a mouse?
Oh, now it's not going.
Oh, maybe you. What on earth are you doing there? Wow. Okay, something is either wrong. I'm not.
Yeah, it needs some work.
It needs a little. Okay, maybe you fiddle with that today. That's what. That's why the Casio saxophone never caught on, I guess.
Yeah.
I bet
it's too jazzy.
It's too. That is some real, alternative jazz you're listening to there. Man, I dig it.
Oh my god.
Oh man. It's not going to give jazz a better name, I'll tell you that much.
No, it sure isn't.
Meanwhile, at the automotive shop, they've been working on my old station wagon. We've got new tires. We've got proper rims on it with new lugs. And brand new exhaust, front to back. And remember this big section here that was all rusted out? The trunk pan has been repaired. You know, considering they're not a body shop and they're a muffler shop, they did a really nice job fixing that. Quite happy. I'll just have to throw some paint on it, but we're getting closer and closer. It turns out though that I need a power window motor for the back window. Didn't even realize it was a power window because I've not bonded with this car yet. And he's gonna show me some of the other stuff I need to grab for it. So, but we're closing in on it. It's gonna be ready hopefully soon. There she is. I've got to try and find an air cleaner for it. I guess the radiator's all fixed now too and back in place. We had to re-core the whole rad. When I say we, I mean they did. But the radiator's all rebuilt and in. All the stuff this car needs is slowly getting done, bit by bit. As dusty as this engine looks, it actually sounds really good. It's got a good bones still. So, nearing the end of our day today, and Steven's with me because we're gonna go and try and dig up whatever that hatch is, see what's down there. We gotta clear the dirt first. It's kind of a mystery to see what's there. So let's get to it. First order of business, we're gonna scrape the dirt off the top. And while Steven's scraping, I'm going to get my wrench out and start loosening bolts from around the corners. This thing's been covered for a while, I think. It's a fair bit of dirt on top. Okay, what did you discover, Steven?
Well, it's just one plank.
It looks like there's an edge right here. This black looks like creosote, which means these could be railway ties. So likely it might not be a hatch as I thought or cover, but more of a platform, probably for a water tank or something like that. Well, we'll see how deep it goes. I mean, we can lift the thing out and see if that's what it is. Okay, we were wrong. This is one big timber. We couldn't figure out why it wasn't coming up, but look, there is more timber all the way around. Like it forms almost like a mine shaft opening or something. This goes all the way down here, and I think it's filled in the middle. Hey, Steven.
Yeah?
This might be it might be totally filled in, whatever this is. It might go down. Like, you know, when we watch Oak Island and they've got the treasure pits and it's a tunnel?
Well, this might be an old well.
Yeah, I think it's an old tunnel, like truly an old tunnel or something. Because there's big giant beams basically right here. Okay, let's try and excavate and see what we have. So, this absolutely was some kind of hole or entrance to something at one time. I really just thought it'd be a 4x8 sheet of plywood. We lift it up and there'd be a bunch of worms underneath it. This is more substantial. These are massive timbers. This stretch all the way around the outside. And it's just the perfect size for a staircase to go down.
Like a cellar.
Like a cellar entrance or something, yeah. But it looks like, as we start digging in the middle, that somebody has filled it in with gravel. So whatever this was has been filled in at some point. But what was down here and why? Was it maybe for storing fruit or preserves? Bomb shelter? Doubt it. It's old, like it's railway tie. But it goes down a ways and somebody filled it. I mean, it could have just been a privy. Either way, it continues to be a mystery. I really thought it was 4x8 sheets of plywood. I was way wrong. Hey, kiddo?
Yeah.
Okay, well, since we know it's filled in, maybe we'll take a break from now and we'll have to decide what to do with this later.
Okay.
Well, after a long day of running errands and messing about at the property, got a lot accomplished. I ended up bringing home some more treasures that I've got to sort and put away. But the mystery is still there at our property. I don't know what that thing is. It has all the hallmarks of construction in like when you see an old mine, basically. I don't think there'd be any reason to mine in that area, but heck, you never know. There was oil found maybe not too far away, but I don't think it would be an old part of an old wooden derrick. Who am I to say? Either way, guys, it's still a bit of a mystery. What do you think it is? Put it in the comments below. But guys, have a wonderful night. I'm off to bed and then back at it again tomorrow, so we'll see y'all soon. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.